A walkthrough of the IIM Bangalore EPGP application. The 2024 IIM Bangalore EPGP application does not allow the online GMAT or the GRE score. The GRE score, which has the exam which is taken at home. Both of these test scores are not acceptable as a part of this application. And the references are you need two references. You need one SOP apart from the rest of the application requirements, which will directly be filled up into the online portal itself. Then comes your grades. So for the grades, you need to add your class 10th grades and your 10th score sheet. And if there is a CGPA conversion available or not, whether it is applicable or not, you need to check that. Otherwise, you need to enter the final marks. Section of the IIM Bangalore EPGP application requires you to fill in your class 11, 12, and your the HSC and the PUC score. So either you're talking about your class 11th and then you're talking about your class 12th. So let's see, when it is about your class 11th, you need to add details about your country, the demographics, the board name, the institute name, and add the 11th class score sheet. So let's see if this is India. Then we have states. So you can select which state you have, put up your exam papers in, and according to that, you will get the selection board for the board that you appeared for. And according to the rest of the details, you need to add your score sheet for the class 11th grades. Similarly, you need to go towards your class 12th. The next information that is required is your university level education. That means the degree level that you want to add. So, for example, if it is a bachelor's degree that you want to add, then you need to add your year of completion, the final marks that you scored, the degree name, the specializations, again, a selected discipline. So, you can add your CA or ICWA credentials also over here. So coming to your work experience now, add every work experience that you have taken up in the past. If it is a current employment, there is a checkbox over here for you. And if it is any of the previous employments, then this is the detail that you need to fill in. If there is any international experience, you need to check this particular box. And when you're entering your roles and responsibilities, you have 200 words to add this information. Next is the references section. You can add the title, the name of the referee, the organization, and the designation. So again, add details about how the recommender knows you, the phone number and the email address where they need to be contacted, and where you can send a reference letter, a request for a reference to them. Point to note over here is that you can delete the referee details if you want, but you can delete it to a maximum of 10 times. So you only have I had added one detail over here and I deleted it. So now it tells me that I have only 9 attempts left to trigger the referee email. So when you are planning your referees, please talk to them first and then add them over here, because you might not have a lot of options to go back and forth on adding and deleting them. Next comes the GMAT or the GRE section. So let's look at the GMAT section. You need to add your test ID. You need to give the exam date and the year when you took up the exam. What was the scores and the percentiles that you achieved? Again, there is an option of checking the AWA awaited in case you are submitting an unofficial score report and you are still awaiting your official score. Then you can check this box. The GRE score, similar details are required. You need the GRE test ID. You need to talk about when you gave the exam. You need to tell the school the scores that you achieved. And again, if it is an unofficial score, you can check the box for the AWA awaited, which will give you. The next section is the additional information section. Here you talk about your extracurricular activities, awards, and distinctions, any publications that you have had, and all of these initiatives you can describe them in a maximum of 1000 characters per category. Again, certain survey information about how you came to know about the program, and whether you have been associated with the school at any previous point in time. Towards the end of the application, you need to add your interview preferences. You have four interview preferences. The fifth one, being online, is reserved for those people who are applying, who are non-residents, and the online option is only for them. So you can choose your preferences for the interview locations based on your location at that point in time. Will ask you to upload the statement of purpose, which is a mandatory document. Again, there is no predefined template. You need to upload a PDF file with the SOP, and this SOP should be 600 words. The next document that is required is, in case it is applicable. So, if you are applying to IIM Bangalore in any of the categories where there is a reservation allowed by the Government of India, then you need to add your category certificate. So, finally, coming to the mandatory parts that you need to fill in the application, you need to give in your contact details, your 10th and your 11th and 12th details, your university details, as well as your professional degrees or the bachelor's degrees, and your work experience details, referee information, test scores, the additional information, that means your extracurriculars, awards and activities, and publications, interview preference, and finally upload the SOP and any other category document which, if it is applicable, and then go ahead with the application submission.